Wrap up, protect your chains, and make sure your Broncos coverage isn't...
Once. 39-yard field goal for the win. He got it. Denver's won.
Holy forking shirt amazeballs is all I've got to say about that. Hello, listeners. We welcome you back to the In-COM-PLETE podcast, where your coast-to-coast hosts provide you with news, coverage, and opinions of all things Denver Broncos, plus anything else that's on our minds. I am Ty, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host and best friend Kelly. Yeah, holy forking shirt amazeballs. That's all I have to say.
Well, then I got a lot to say.
But before we do begin, as you all can see, we are going behind enemy lines for the first time this season. So for those that have been following the podcast for as long as they have, 4 years ago, we were joined by a friend of mine that I attended college with. We were teammates and sometimes rivals. Now, this fantastic, handsome guy is back. The only negative thing is that he's a Dallas Cowboys fan.
You're talking about me when you said handsome.
Absolutely, I did.
That's one more compliment this month than I've gotten from my wife.
But he is the absolute man, myth, and legend. Incomplete listeners, we welcome back Derrik Bobb to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, man. I was stoked when you reached out about coming on the show. Because 4 years ago, I think we had a blast talking about the last time the Broncos and the Cowboys played. So I'm ready to do it again. Even wrote down some stats, so I came somewhat prepared. And we're gonna have some fun with this.
Oh, absolutely. Looking forward to it. So 4 years ago, I think, if I remember correctly, Kelly and I were like, oh gosh, this game is not going to go well for us. It's just going to be such a nightmare. Mm-hmm. Kelly and I were both wrong that year.
I hope you don't feel the same way this year. That's how I'm feeling this year. The tables have turned.
Like the good old The Office quote, oh, how the tables turned.
Oh, how the turntables.
Oh, turntables. My bad.
Oh, we know what you meant.
Okay. So I figured we would. Oh, sorry. Before we forget, Kelly, even though that game probably took a good, I know at least for me, probably a decade off my life, we are celebrating a victory. Not only are we celebrating a victory, Mr. Derrik Bobb's also celebrating a victory.
I am. I was expecting a loss, but I'm happy.
And so with any victory podcast, we must do a cheers. Oh, if I'm not dripping water all over myself. So this is to probably the most improbable comeback that we have seen. Gosh, it's been a long time since we've seen an improbable comeback like that. And I'm sure Kelly will probably have the stats for that.
What do you mean? We saw it against the Eagles.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, wait. 3 weeks ago.
I was happy about that one too.
I'm sorry, I should say 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we did have an improbable comeback 2 weeks ago. I think this one was a little bit more improbable than it was 2 weeks ago. And that says a lot. And so we are going to cheers for an improbable victory, and cheers also for Derrik Bobb and his Dallas Cowboys getting a surprising win over the Washington Commanders.
Yes, sir.
So,
cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So I think how we're going to go about this is that we normally do good, bad, and ugly. And so I think how we can go about this is that as we're exchanging Derek, you can give, since we both won, it'll be a little bit easier because we both can give the uglies from the teams that we had, plus the bads and then the goods. And so I figure we would get started with our wonderful co-host. No, I'm sorry. Well, Kelly is a wonderful co-host. We'll get ready for our guest and tell us a little bit about, even though it was a 44-22 victory over the Washington Commanders, was there anything ugly that you saw from that game?
I think the ugliest thing, and it's been pretty persistent throughout the season, is the fact that the Cowboys cannot stop opposing passing games. Like, it is to the point where they're going to make some of these middle of the road quarterbacks or even some of like the subpar quarterbacks look like prime Peyton Manning. And it scares the bejesus out of me. I'm looking, they're almost dead last in everything. I mean, they're last in pass yards allowed, 31st in passing touchdowns allowed. Their opposing quarterback rating is second to last that they're allowing. So, I mean, it's downright ugly. You know, I was anticipating talking about an ugly run game, but that's been pleasantly surprising, which has been great considering the fact that, you know, Javonte Williams, thank you for him. Miles Sanders, I didn't have too high hopes, but he's also on IR now. So, you know, ugly is going to be the passing defense, which I thought would have been better considering Bland is back, Diggs is back. Really, their whole secondary, you know, maybe a rookie or two here or there, but like, it's just not good. Not good at all.
Well, hopefully maybe Bo Nix can take advantage of that. Although we have a little bit of an, if he can keep it, if he can do the passing game for the whole 60 minutes. But that's going to be on Sean Payton. We'll see how that goes. And yes, you're welcome for Javonte Williams.
Appreciate that.
I really liked him.
He's a hard runner. I love that about him. It's like coming from somebody who, not growing up, but when I really followed the Cowboys like deep, like, you know, every Sunday I had to watch the game, the running back we had was Marion Barber. And that punishing style of running just resonates with me because being a hockey fan too, I love the physicality. You know, I love people just lowering the shoulder and lowering the boom. So yeah, he's becoming a favorite of mine really quick.
Yeah, Javonte Williams did really well for us. I think his rookie year was when we played you guys 4 years ago, and he was just trucking it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know he's had some issues with injuries. I think his knees. But I mean, if he stays healthy, cool. I think, I mean, they got him on a pretty good deal, and I'm hoping, you know, we've churned out running backs and then they've ended up leaving us, you know, in free agency. I mean, Zeke, and then he just kind of faded out. And then we had Tony Pollard. He went to Tennessee. I had high hopes for Dowd, and he played pretty well last year and then gashed us when Carolina played us for like 200-something yards on the ground, just him alone. That kind of hurt, but, you know, such is life.
Absolutely. Injuries, man. I just really wish the injuries weren't a factor. But we'll see. I mean, I saw a little bit of his presser today. It's like, how's he feel going against his former team? And Javonte Williams straight up just said, like, I'm just gonna go out there and do my best.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize this. I watched a little bit of the game, or a majority of the game. He was, they said, like valedictorian of his high school class. And just all around just highly intelligent. And I'm like, you'd expect that from a quarterback. Having that as a running back, though, I feel like it honestly might be more advantageous as well, because a guy that can see the play develop even before he gets the ball, know where those gaps are going to be, and have the time to process that, and just the wherewithal to process that. I mean, he could end up being a franchise back for this team. I know that's very premature, but who else do the Cowboys have that can do that? right now. So
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna wish him all the success except for this week. Rightfully so. All right, Kelly. I have a feeling you're gonna have quite a bit to say on the negative side for this game, so I'll let you go.
A lot of it, to be fair, my notes were kind of easy this week because I have the same notes. So let's start with the same ugly that we've all put up with. Penalties. We are the 4th worst in the NFL with 60 freaking penalties.
Yep.
And we are the 2nd worst in the NFL with giving up 448 penalty yards. Now, to be fair, Brad Allen is a terrible referee.
Don't even get me started on him.
Shots fired.
And I wish more than the flu on him because he's not an athlete.
Ouch.
So the 41 yards that he gifted the Giants and the 15 yards that he gifted the Giants on those 2 terrible freaking calls, I don't want to count, but they're going to count. But God,
I want to also add that technically it was technically 13. Well, they said we got penalized 12.
And plus the other yard that, Sean Payton for being out on the field. So
right.
all the if you subtract all those yards, I don't think we're, but still they're racial profiling Moss and it's pissing me off.
Oh, yep, they sure are. What was it? Gosh, I lost it. I think when that defensive pass interference happened on Riley Moss, the way Sean Payton stormed out, he was like, I smell bullshit right now, and you know it.
So that one, I mean, I've gotten on Moss. He pulls the shoulder pads, and I've told him, that's PI. You got to stop pulling the shoulder pads. That was a clean freaking play, and he was turned around for the ball. That should never be called.
Nope. And let's not forget the 13th penalty that was thrown when Dre Greenlaw, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Dre Greenlaw talking to talking to him, having a little chat. And I think there's a reason why he had that chat, which we're gonna get onto a little bit. I've never seen a ref throw a flag 30 seconds after the game's over. I've never seen that before.
Memory. I think it's muscle memory. And they get to blow the whistle, they get to pull the flag. So and so he's pissed off. He gets to throw the flag. I mean, I've seen NBA refs whistle and throw up hands after a game too.
What good does that do, though? Like, I think that would be.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, now you got to pick up the flag, ref. I mean, I don't know what Greenlaw said. And apparently whatever Allen put in the affidavit to get him suspended, and then the NFL wouldn't even hear the appeal. It must have been enough out of pocket to warrant that. Mm-hmm. But he also pushed one of our players.
Yeah, that's what I was going to reference later on.
Yep.
So, I mean, we can talk about it later. So, I'm not really mad at Greenlaw. I am pissed off at Brett Allen.
Mm.
And the more 3 or 4 commentators has said, the Broncos are getting penalized because it's Sean Payton and Goodell is still mad about Bountygate.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's true or not. But if you're going to let fucking Bill Belichick and Tom Brady stay in the league and keep winning fucking championships after they are caught red-handed cheating and you destroy the evidence and no one can see how bad it is, you can't be mad at Bountygate anymore. Mm-hmm. Then you should have suspended, you should have expelled him from the league and banned him for life, not let him come back and fuck up a team.
True words spoken right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's my gavel.
there's the gavel. Well, I was gonna do a fit to be tied segment about it, but I'm not that mad yet. Although that game brought me pretty close to doing it, so I just didn't know if I would have the time to.
I mean,
vent out
wasn't
10
Brad
minutes.
Allen suspended a year for how bad his calls were?
I
Or
think
is that a made up stat? I read that somewhere and then I couldn't find it again. So it may have been misinformation, but I believe it.
Or maybe Roger Goodell kind of erased that from everyone's memories.
Man's got the power to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. So since Kelly tapped 2 of the uglies I had, the only ugly I had was the Broncos offense in the first 3 quarters. They only had 111 yards of total offense through the first 3 quarters. Now you would think that wasn't, like, looking back, I feel like watching it in real time, it wasn't bad, but just the fact that there were times where they couldn't drive down the field. And one thing I will say about Sean Payton's play calling, why are you going to throw a screen on 4th and goal from your 2-yard line? That was the most boneheaded play ever. And swear, if we didn't have that 33-point comeback, that would have really bitten us.
If a defense can predict you,
A defense can defend
a
you.
defense can defend you, and you telegraph every play with those stupid personnel changes that follow a pattern. Everybody with half a brain cell, including the orange cats that have to share it, knew that ball was going to Sutton. As soon as 72 has reported as eligible, I knew that ball was being thrown to Garrett Bowles. I know it's a screen every time Bidet comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give Schottenheimer a call here real quick.
You
Let
are
him know
genius. Everyone, Sean Payton is a genius. Sean Payton is a genius. Well, then what the hell am I? Because I know what you're doing.
I mean, if he's a genius, would it be fair to say that you're Albert Einstein then?
Was he really a genius?
Yeah.
He was bored and figured out a whole bunch of math that,
I mean, that's true.
And he couldn't get away with Bounty Gate. He can't be that smart.
Well, anything that big, right? 2 men can keep a secret if one is dead. Anything that big with that many coaches and that much money and that many players, someone's going to say something. It's the only reason I'm starting to believe some betting conspiracies and some gambling conspiracies, but the joke about the NFL being scripted, I just don't believe, because too many people would have to keep that secret.
That's a fair point.
Like, it's too many people. It's too many people who were great in college and wanted this to be their life and want their millions, and they're out of the league in 2 years, and they go be a stockbroker instead, or whatever. Like, I don't feel like they would just not want the millions, unless somewhere there's bribery, blackmail money going somewhere that we don't know about. But again, it's too much money.
Oof. Money burns.
Well, it's just, that's the only thing. And like I say that about the NBA all the time when I'm upset. It's rigged to go 7 games, but I still feel like that's too many people to keep the secret.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to say it every time.
Makes you feel better,
yeah. Whatever works. Whatever works.
Easiest thing to point to. It's like, it's rigged. Nope.
Yeah, that's how some Eagles fans felt when we played them. So I'm like,
But I I'm starting more and more to believe that there are favorites and there are things that the NFL would like to happen.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sometimes they make it a little too obvious, and that's when it's like, all right, we got to throw them off the scent a little bit.
I don't know. I don't know. And like the call in from New York is not ever supposed to happen, and it has started to happen. And I don't know. It's really weird. And I looked, Brad Allen was not out of reffing for a year, but his team was not allowed to do the 2024 playoffs because.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I heard about that. Any more uglies?
The Giants got 26 first downs.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
7 by penalties, of course. And then it's just more on the ref. The PI on Moss was bullshit. And especially it was the 2 officials by the ball didn't call it. The official away from the ball that couldn't see it suddenly called it. That should not happen. That should be in the rule. If the ref looking doesn't call it, the ref down the sideline can't.
Right.
That was a bullshit spot on 4th and 19. They did not make it, but then they gave the bullshit, reffing the passer call. They ignored holding on Allen all game. They ignored a whole bunch of false starts on Jermaine Ellenmeyer.
Works for me.
I don't know his name. And then he shoves Justice Stannard and wants to be mad. Greenlaw has something to say to him. You're lucky Greenlaw didn't sock you with that helmet.
Yeah, that might not have been a good look, honestly, if that happened. But I mean, would it not be a good look? Absolutely. Would I blame him for it? Not really.
I don't know. I've always been very honest. I don't ever wish harm on an athlete. They're athletes. I will wish for them to get the violent flu the night before they have to play us. If I have to go cough on them, I volunteer as tribute. Yeah. Brad Allen can fall down one of them holes in a cartoon that just has no bottom.
The infinite hole.
I also have for ugly our blocking on screens.
Yeah, the Sutton one was clear as day that was bad.
But all of them.
Yeah,
all of them.
I
Since 2015, all of them.
Oh,
and I know we got an interception and it helped turn the tide, but we are still 26th in the league in takeaways, and that really chaps my hide.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, No Fly Zone was well known for taking the ball away, so
we can't be 26th.
No, that
we ain't got to be first, but we ain't got to be 26th. Come on,
right? Can't be bottom of the league in takeaways, so. We're doing it we're top team in almost every category except for takeaways.
That was on my ugly.
All right. Reverting or not reverting. Now turning it over to our guest here. Any bads from the Cowboys game?
Bads. I'd probably say the rush defense. Defense all around. It was bad and ugly, but the rush defense and the fact that honestly, I'm still bitter about Parsons getting traded. I don't know what the backstory was. I don't know what transpired behind closed doors. Not my business. We sorely miss him and the pressure he puts on the quarterback right now. I know the big thing in Philadelphia right now, they just brought Brandon Graham out of retirement because their pass rush is depleted. And it's like those guys find a way to plug people in on that line and still apply pressure every single week and elite level pressure. The Cowboys Maisie Smith, for a former first-round pick, is essentially a practice squad guy at this point. I don't think he has a place on the team. If he's still on the team, I don't know. There's so many other players on the board they could have taken that would have made much more of an impact. You trade away Parsons, you get I can't even remember the guy's name, and he's good. He's good at plugging the hole in the middle. But we're getting no pressure on the outside. Overshone is out. He's still hurt. Like, I think that'll help when he gets back because he's one freakish athlete. That's one guy, and he's not going to be able to play every single down on every single drive. So they need to find a way to get pressure on these quarterbacks because you're looking at just within the division, Jaden Daniels, he's a young quarterback. He's quick, he's fast, and he's mobile. But if you can apply pressure, he's going to be making mistakes. You look at the Giants, Jackson Dart, same thing. Young guy, he'll make mistakes. That right there, that's 6 games of the season you're playing these guys. And with the Eagles, Jalen Hurts is just Jalen Hurts. He's good. He's really good. He's not, the best passer in the league, but the guy has a winning mentality, and that goes far beyond just being a good quarterback, So that's the one team I think that I don't know if Dallas has an answer to. Giants, though, Commanders, I don't worry as much. However, man, that rush defense and just the outside the edges, I'm not confident that they can hang with the better teams in the league because of that.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to late December, January football. Team's gonna be relying more on the run, and you can't stop the run. It's gonna be a long game.
Yep.
All right. So Kelly, I actually had no bads from the game because most of what was said was mostly in the ugly. So any bad?
Offense for the first 3 quarters.
Oh, that's why I put in my ugly. There we go.
Well, I mean, like you made the joke last week. We need Kelly to go be a reporter because she'll ask the question. And I said, I don't think that it's necessarily the reporters aren't asking the question. They get hit with coach speak, but Sean Payton proved my point because he walked up to the microphone in his press conference. And the first thing he said is, I'm not going to talk about tempo.
Wow.
So no one can ask him, why don't you let Bo play the way he is obviously comfortable playing?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I've heard a lot of parallels where this feels like Elway with Shanahan, or not Shanahan, Elway with Reeves. It feels like, Drew Brees was a perfect pocket passer. Bo Nix is not a perfect pocket passer. I don't think you can make him a perfect pocket passer.
Right.
Every throw he came out of the pocket with was too low and got batted down. If a quarterback doesn't like the way you're making him throw, he's not going to make the throws. That's been proven. I don't know how many quarterbacks since the dawn of time. So I can't believe Sean Payton is just being stubborn because he knows you can't be in football. Like he can't be the 15th most winning coach and not know how to make adjustments and not know a different way to be. He is being stubborn in these complicated play calls that take too much personnel. And he calls them in the same order. And now everybody knows what you're doing for the first 15 plays. And that's why we have a slow start to offense. And I don't know why you don't stop it. Yeah, they show his face on my screen and I just stop it. So I know we've got some holes at the line. We're on third string guys. I know our center is iffy at best. I don't know. It just sounds like he's going to continue to do this. And I don't know how many times he thinks we're going to come back and score 33 in the fourth quarter. We couldn't score against the Jets. We couldn't score against the Eagles. Who, this. It is not sustainable football.
Mm.
And as everyone knows, I love the Tim Tebow. Like, I think it was only 2 years ago, I finally stopped having the Tim Tebow song as my ringtone. Like, I really love the Tim Tebow years. Those were really fun games because, we weren't doing good anyway. Suddenly we went on this win streak. We made a playoff game. DT caught that great pass. Ha ha. It's fine. But Champ Bailey just said it's too hard to win games that way. It's not sustainable. And that defense doesn't get nearly as much credit as it should. Because Tebow never had to overcome 19 points to come back in the fourth quarter.
Mm-mm.
And so when our defense isn't holding them to less than, eventually 32, Bo Nix isn't going to be able to pull 33 rabbits out of his hat every fourth quarter.
Right. I think regarding that, and as far as Sean Payton's play calling is concerned, I feel like, and I mean, I know he's only been with us for 2.5 seasons almost at this point. I think it feels weird to say, I think he's stuck in his way. And I think it's going to take this team losing, but not by that much, but not being able to make that comeback. I think someone had said it best that, like, the Broncos offense got enough to win, but you also have to kind of look at the miscues that the Giants had. You had Jackson Dart that threw his interception, and then you had his first name is Jude. He missed 2 extra points. If he just makes one of those extra points, so if he goes 3 for 4, that game's going to overtime. If he makes all 4 of those extra points,
or if we had taken the freaking field goal in the second quarter, instead of telegraphing the screen to Sutton that then hit a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, no, it does. And some analysts have been really hard on Jackson Dart and said, at the end there, he had some overthrows. He should have thrown 2 interceptions.
Right.
But our guys dropped the ball, and when he was in crunch time, he did throw an interception, So yes, the Giants started to make mistakes. And I will say this about Brian Burns.
Mm-hmm. Brian Burns.
They show him walking off and he's screaming.
Oh, the
Bengals.
Yeah, because it's like something like the Bengals something.
Well, but he said at one point, "How do we drop 8?"
Yes,
because that's what they did the week before. And so, when you drop 8, what's that called?
What's it called again? Oh gosh, I can't remember.
Defense I hate. The defense.
Prevent defense.
What do I always say? The prevent defense prevents you from winning.
Yep.
So maybe some more people will start to listen to me because I hate when we go into prevent because the big plays get given up. And so there's coaching, there's kicking. Jackson Dart made some rookie mistakes. The defense, they did really well for 3 quarters, and I don't know how they collapsed like that.
Right?
Sorry, something. There it is. So yeah, but Vance on the other side, I mean, our defense was not very good, and it's like he overthought the game.
Yeah. And I think it's going to come down to a complete total, like, I don't want to say so much as a collapse, but I think because Denver hasn't really lost since their game, the game-winning field goal by the Chargers that put them at 1-2 on the year, Denver's won 4 in a row. So I'm thinking in Sean Payton's mindset, he's thinking, oh, what we're doing is working, so I think we'll be fine.
You can't look at film and think what we're doing is working.
I just think it. I think
if he does, it's on crack.
I just really think that, and I don't want to say this about my own team, but I think like it's going to take a humbling experience for him to finally switch things around.
But why? Why would you wait for the humbling experience and not say, "Oh my goodness, we've been so lucky. Let's fix it."
I think it's the stubbornness that's probably.
It's like when there's a leak. Do you wait for the flood to come, or do you fix the leak?
I'm fixing that leak with some Flex Seal tape.
New uniforms.
All these problems. New uniforms.
Or but when the ding ding when the light comes on in your car, how long do you wait?
Oh, the check engine light?
Till it goes away.
Yeah, it goes away when your car explodes. The car is going to explode, Sean.
Yeah, I think it's only going to go as far as like, I'm just hoping that this week he's able to watch what's happened the last 4 weeks and it's like, okay, this is what's working. This is what we need to fix on. And it really surprised me that he didn't notice that the defense allowed 32 points. So you would think that would set an alarm off in his head. Like this defense just allowed 30.
I mean, I'm sure he's talking to Vance.
Mm-hmm.
But in Vance's defense, I mean, the offense has to do something, Sean.
Fire right back at him.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'd say.
I mean, it's a good team to get back on your feet against, considering how bad Dallas's defense is anyway. So if they don't make the changes, they still might be okay. Just not in the long run.
Yeah, I have a theory about us playing down to our opponent. So if we do it here, then yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although there's a stat about the Broncos and the Cowboys, which we'll get into on the preview.
Okay.
But any other bads?
I mean, I already went on, he abandoned the run game. Bo Nix overthrew. I don't know where Sutton finally showed up. Where was Ingram? Where was Dobbins? And telegraphing the plays. That's
All right. With all that said, then let's get in some good. So we'll start with you, Derek. What was good?
Good.
There are a couple few things about what was good in that Dallas game.
I think the given every single week with Dallas is their special teams. I'll stand by it. I think Brandon Aubrey's the best kicker in the league right now and could potentially be one of the best kickers ever to play the game.
Absolutely.
Accurate, just one hell of a foot, man.
Hasn't he kicked like 5 60+ yard field goals this season?
Yeah, one of the ones last week I think was 61, and it probably had like 20 more yards on it. Just unbelievable. I'm like, this guy's got like, I don't even know. Was there like a power up in backyard football like called Rocket Leg or something like that? Like that. That guy's leg.
I think Madden had that at one point too.
Madden, yeah. Like you put the cheat code in, you kick like 99-yard field goals. Like that. That's Brandon Aubrey. Like that guy has just an absolute boot. And I mean, accurate as well. He hasn't missed a field goal in the season. I think he's missed 2 extra points. I don't know what happened there, I'll be honest, but I'll take the 3 points over the 1 point if you're going to hit all the 3-pointers. So that's the given every single week of special teams. But in terms of last week, I'll say pass offense. I think Dak played really well. He started off the season kind of rocky. I think he's found his footing, and I think that the duo of Lamb and Pickens is I'll put it this way. I think it's a very formidable duo. Not going to put it up there at the top of the league, but I like it. I was happy when Pickens was brought on. They can find a way to keep him. Fantastic. I think the athleticism, the attitude. I know he's known for some shenanigans. We'll call it that. I like a little edge. I was talking to Ty before we went live, like Baker Mayfield. I like that edge and I like that attitude that just, I'm going out, I'm going to ball. I don't care, what you guys think of how I play, just going out and doing your thing. And, Lamb's healthy now. Hopefully he stays healthy. So passing offense, just as long as they can protect Dak, as long as they can protect him, because he's been sacked 8 times, I think now.
This season?
7.
That's it.
This season. It's not bad. But I know how this line is. And I'm also accustomed to when we had Zach Martin, Lyle Collins, all those guys back in their prime when they had Tyron Smith, they had the line that was basically the catalyst for Zeke Elliott to have a career, So it gets, you come from Tony Romo, who's always hurt because his line sucked, to, Dak Prescott, who finally has the line. And then you're like, how would Romo have done, the age old question. And then now the line's kind of back to just being so rookies on the line, second string guys. You just hope that it holds up enough that Dak has time, because if he's got time, he'll find the open guy, because he's prone to making mistakes when he's under pressure. That's a Dak Prescott given right there. So, I think again, getting back to the original point, positive and the good from last week, definitely the pass game.
Perfect. So gonna have to hope that the offensive line can hold off Cooper and Benito this week.
Hope so.
Well, I mean, Giants were able to hold off Benito, but just weren't able to hold off Cooper for the most part. Yeah, I'm interested to see how the offensive line for Dallas looks. Should be very interesting. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't really going to add too much. Yeah, I think it'll be a good matchup considering how good Denver's defense is. Pressure they put on the quarterback. I think they're first in sacks overall for the league so far this year. Yeah, I'm very interested to see how Schottenheimer calls this game and keeping Dak, up off the grass.
Yes. All right, you're up, Kelly.
I mean, we got all the stats. There's been 1,602 games before this one that when a team is leading by 18 plus points with only 6 minutes to play, they won.
Yep.
The 33 fourth quarter points are the most scored when shut out for 3 quarters. And this is just a reminder, the last 3 games, quarters 1 through 3, so that's 9 quarters, we have scored a total of 13 points.
Yep. I'm thinking back. Yep.
So 3 against Philly, 10 against the Jets, and 0 against the Giants. And it's just not sustainable.
We're like the definition of slow start. It's like a sloth version of a slow start. It's ridiculous. I will throw one stat that I thought was interesting because I did see this on social media somewhere. So, and I actually had to screenshot it because I actually really did enjoy the stat. So, with 7 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, when Denver was facing a 3rd and 12 at their own 47, down 26-8, the win probability for the New York the New York Giants at this point was 99.8, which meaning Denver only had 0.2% to win that game. I think, if I remember correctly, I think that was the highest probability of losing a game that a team has had, and they've come back to win. And gosh, I can't even tell you how long it's been since this thing became a stat. I'm pretty sure it's out there somewhere. But the fact that Denver, with about 7 minutes to go in the game, everyone counted them out, had that 0.2% win probability. Kel and I were just talking before we came on the show. If we had just put live money on that, we'd be millionaires at this rate.
If we could have bet $100,000, we'd have won $50 million.
Wow.
So that's my one. Oh, that's actually the only stat. The only real stat I had that was actually no. Actually, hold on. No, yeah, that was the only real stat I had because Kelly had all the other stats.
Nix is the first player to record 2 passing and 2 rushing touchdowns in 1 quarter.
Yep.
Wow. Impressive.
Wait, it seems strange, but I guess so.
Yeah, strange but true. I will give some credit to I know Derek, you gave credit to your to Brandon Aubrey just a moment ago. I didn't notice this until I was looking back at my note. I was like taking my notes, but Jeremy Crawshaw, 6 punts, averaged 50.5 yards per punt, a 61-yard long. 2 of his 6 punts were pinned inside the 20-yard line. So we gave.
I think he. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if it weren't really for him pinning the Giants so far back, this game could have been a lot worse.
Good point.
I mean, I've been very happy with this punting. I've complained about our last 2 punters weekly.
Because
especially 30, 40 yards. Especially a mile high. Like, I mean, my goodness, Aubrey can kick 60-yarders, no problem. He's going to be able to kick 80-yarders a mile high.
He's probably chomping at the bit right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. So, yes, it's nice to have a punter that punts well.
Yes.
And understands field position.
Yes. Flip the field. That's all that matters. Flip the field. I mean, and then other than on defense, I already mentioned him. Jonathan Cooper, a sack and a half. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 1.5 sacks. Kind of came. Oh gosh, I want to say I can't remember the saying. He really started helping that defense out. I'll leave it at that in the 4th quarter for the most part. I think he had that big sack that put the Giants. I think it was at that 3rd or 4th and 19 at that point. So that's all I've got for good.
I have Mims was our best receiver out there.
Really?
Yeah. So I've looked at Sutton's stats, and Sutton typically, and even this season, he is winning 57.1% of his contested throws.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say this: the stats show Courtland Sutton to be a better receiver than the game makes you feel like he's being.
Right. But
I swear, I want to make the receivers do 10 push-ups every time they drop the ball. If it hits your freaking hands, you have to catch it. But Mims was the only one catching and getting his yards for a while there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got the big one that got us 4 yards out of field goal range.
Yeah.
And then Bo Nix passed football 101 and got the Giants offsides.
Ah, yes. Yep, sure did. I mean, went to catching the football. I want to go back in time a little bit with Derek and I in our dodgeball days. Like, we're told to caught the ball, and we don't catch the ball, we're in trouble because we're out of there.
Yep. Oh yeah. That was one thing I feel like is probably my weakest point was catching the ball. I could throw it, but I always try to avoid getting hit by it.
Which is fair.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
I got Bo Nix in the 4th quarter. Last week it was Bo Nix in the 1st quarter. So, I at the little L at the top of my one. He was 16. Well, that's how you make a 4. A little L, straight line down.
Yes.
I was giving a handwriting test today, and I said, "Now I want you to write a 4." Or first, I said, "I want you to write a 3." And everyone around the tree. That's how you make a 3. Yep. And I said, "Okay, now a 4." And you heard about 7 people. Little L, straight line down. I was like, "Oh, they're listening."
Yep. There you go.
In the 4th quarter, Bo Nix was 16 for 25 for 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. 46 yards rushing and 2 rushing touchdowns.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I also have all the DT connections.
Oh, yes. I totally forgot to write this down. So, yes, go for it.
So the first 2 touchdowns we scored, we also converted the 2-point conversions. So that's 8 points and 8 points. That's 88. We scored 33 points to win the game. DT passed at 33. The game-winning field goal drive started with 33 seconds left on the clock. The receiver of the 2 2-point conversions and of the last pass that put us in field goal range was by Sutton, the only player still on the team that played with DT.
Wow.
And
we honored him at halftime.
yes, he is in the Ring of Fame. And I just want to point out, DT is not in the Ring of Fame because he passed away. He's in the Ring of Fame because he deserves to be in the Ring of Fame.
Absolutely.
It just so happens he passed away before his year of eligibility to be put in the Ring of Fame.
Yeah. I think when
and Sutton had 88 yards until the NFL took 1 yard away for some reason.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that.
Because the stat line said 88, then after the game they took a yard away and made it 87. So I'm going to give him 88 yards. I don't care. That was the other one. I was like, there was one more, but that was it. Sutton had a total of 88 yards.
Yep. So even though we reference all the crazy things that happen in Denver, we call it Mile High Magic. I like to firmly believe that DT was watching over us and helped us.
DT got tired of waiting. It was like, y'all, you can't lose on my day.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I kept saying. I said, I can't believe this is the showing they put out for DT. I can't believe they're going to lose this badly on DT's day. I cannot believe it. They should be ashamed. I can't believe Talib is up in that box and Chris Harris is up in that box and they are probably screaming. The Super Bowl 50 team is in the house and this is what you're doing. Like I was just the whole game. I was just like, I can't. And then before we started scoring any points, they showed DT's mom and dad. And I was just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is not a fun football game for y'all. And then they pulled it out. I was like, oh, thank goodness.
Yep. But what a game. One that I wish didn't take 10 years off my life, but what a game.
I'm telling you, the Broncos will kill me.
Yeah. I think how many times we've said that would happen? Like, I think this like the 6th time on this podcast that the Broncos were going to kill us, which very much it could. It very well could. All right. With all that said, let's go around the NFL and talk about some other news. Mine mostly is going to be the aftermath of this game. So,
okay.
If you had anything else, go for it.
I have Jets owner Woody Johnson claims head coach Aaron Glenn is not the problem and blames his quarterback. Says that he has talent, but not the right vibes.
Throwing the quarterback under the bus. Shocker.
Did they not bring Justin Fields in? I mean,
yeah,
you bring the guy in and then you're like, yeah, it's his fault. It's his fault. Like, come on, man. What does that say about your decision making first and foremost?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, he brought in Aaron Glenn too. So he is big on, I believe in what Aaron Glenn can do. I know how he is as a coach. If anybody can reach these players and right this ship, it's going to be him.
Sure.
And so I guess the follow-up was, then what do you blame? And it's like, oh, the quarterback.
Right. You end up just kind of foot in mouth. It's like, there's better answers than that.
Yeah, and given what apparently there's rumors that Tyrod Taylor might start, but apparently he's day-to-day with an injury, so You might have to roll out with Justin Fields this week. So
I'm not a huge fan of Justin Fields.
right.
We all know this. I'm very critical of his play. But I don't think he's the whole problem in the Jets organization.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely not. I think there's more problems than quarterback play.
I think there's more problems than Justin Fields. Because like I said before he plays us, he's still making over 100 quarterback rating every game he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
Except for our game when he had like a negative 10 net passing yards.
Well, yes, but before that, when I did our preview, I said, they're not winning, but Justin Fields is being safe with the ball and he's throwing for yards and he's,
it's getting it done. Just the other 10 guys or 21 guys around him aren't.
Just like I don't believe Cam Ward is the problem in Tennessee.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there's much more problems down there than just Cam Ward.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's,
always blaming the quarterbacks. Gosh. I will throw in one non-Broncos Giants related one. Ray McCloud was released by the Falcons in probably one of the most bizarre, unknown reasons whatsoever. They never really gave a reason why he, first off, was sent home from the team, didn't play last week, and then cut him. No one in the Falcons organization would tell the media what happened. Only what the Falcons media know. Only what the Falcons coaches, front office people know what happened. I just wish we had some answers because it is the most bizarre, unknown reason that someone get cut for what? You're not going to tell us?
Maybe why Malcolm Butler didn't play in the Super Bowl?
Oh, could be one of those reasons. Could be.
I swear I saw that he signed somewhere, and I'm trying to. The Giants signed Ray McCloud today.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Yeah, so it is Giants related.
Oh, so, yep, it did end up being Broncos Giants related. Oh. And, yep.
If Ray isn't talking, Ray's at fault.
Yeah.
Good point.
Because if he's not saying, yeah, this is bullshit, I'm taking it to the union, you can't do that, he knows why he was fired.
Yeah.
And that's what I think about Malcolm Butler.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's never said, oh, that's just some bullshit. That's Belichick being this, that, the other. He's just been, I didn't play. Yeah.
Mm.
So Malcolm knows, and he's at fault. So my same logic applies to Ray. If Ray is not out there screaming, saying, oh, I was 10 minutes late to a team meeting. Ray knows what he did.
I guess so. Oh boy. Any around the news info? Sorry. Any around the NFL news from you, our esteemed guest?
Sorry. I'll be honest, I haven't followed it too much, and just like anywhere else around the league, I should say. I am going to be interested to see if any more coaches or if a coach is fired mid-season here, but I feel like we may be too far in. I thought Aaron Glenn would be the one, but I guess not. Buddy of mine is a Titans fan. I know they fired a coach, didn't they?
Yeah, the Titans fired
Yes.
Bill Callahan.
Yeah, Titans. So my buddy's a Titans fan, and they fired Callahan, and I shot him a text. I'm like, hey, how you feeling, buddy? Yeah, he's not too happy right now, but hey, we've all been there.
Yep, we've all been there. Any other news, Kelly?
I have very exciting news that I hope becomes true. NFL EVP Troy Vincent has said that the offside kick rule may be reconsidered. Since last year, only 3 of 50 attempts were successful when allowed in the fourth quarter. And so far in 2024, only 1 of 21 have been successful. And they're not liking it.
I did hear about this.
Yes. Because if you tell the other team what you're doing,
yep,
they know what to do.
Actually, speaking of that, I just remembered this stat, and I should have said it when we were doing the recap. Denver made that comeback without ever attempting an onside kick.
Because you can't.
Yeah, because they'd have to announce it every time.
Mm-hmm.
And if the other side knows what you're doing, they know how to play it.
Mm-hmm.
A fake works when you surprise somebody with it. The offside kick works. I mean, granted, most of the time, you were 99.9% sure an offside kick was coming.
Yes.
But was it the Super Bowl that they just started with an offside kick the second half or something?
That was Sean Payton and the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it worked. So, if I got to tell you I'm going to offsides kick it, pretty soon I'm going to have to tell you when I'm faking it. Pretty soon I'm going to have to tell you when it's a screen pass or when I'm throwing it to the lineman, because you hear his name over the loudspeaker reporting as eligible.
Right. Absolutely. So hopefully they get that rule changed because, if they're not liking it.
Because it's taking a big part of the game away.
Yes.
I know football forever changes. And I've gone over on this podcast how it was an act of Congress to put the forward pass into football. And people thought that was, very much pussifying football because we're going to throw the ball forward. Yes, we are. Thank you. But,
no, I've just never heard that
delay because it takes time.
No, it's because I was processing when you said whatever it is you said, and I was like, I've never heard that term before. That's interesting.
So, but come on, the offside kick is you got to keep that in there for comebacks. And if I can tell you what I'm doing, then you shut down the comeback.
Right.
So yes, even more impressive are these comebacks without offside kicks.
Yep.
Because time is a factor. Oh, that's another thing. The Giants, you really have to look at their clock management because they really should have been able to eat.
I think most of their drives were 3 and outs, if I'm not mistaken. And
not
some of the play. What's that?
Not till the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I was saying the fourth quarter, a lot of them were 3 and outs.
Yeah, but those third quarters when you're ahead by that much, you just drain clock.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying. Mm. Yeah, that was.
And you shouldn't have scored on the first try, Jackson Dart. That was a rookie mistake.
When he dived in the end zone, yeah.
Yeah, you go down short and you get another play, and then Denver doesn't have 33 seconds.
Yeah, Denver had 1 timeout at that point.
Right.
So yeah, that's true. So maybe Brian Daboll. So Brian Daboll kind of didn't coach as well. Sorry, Sean Payton. At the end of the day, it looked like Sean Payton coached better than Brian Daboll, but that's not saying a whole lot, I should say.
Well, a lot of Giants fans called for Daboll's job.
Oh yeah.
But that Jackson, that's just a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
You got to think about those things.
Right. All right. Well, I guess since we're talking about the Giants, a former Broncos quarterback and now current Giants quarterback was believed that Sean Payton was being a little classless after the game on Sunday.
Mr. Limited?
Yep, Mr. Unlimited.
No, he's very limited.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you say limited. I heard limit. It kind of cut out a little there. Did she mean unlimited or limited?
No, I mean limited because he has shown that he's very limited.
Yeah.
He's so limited, he's riding the bench.
Yes. So with the whole Sean Payton going to the Giants GM's like, oh, I really wish you guys had waited to start Jackson Dart till after our game. And the Russell Wilson to revert back like and say like, that was classless. Like, I guess you're still throwing like Bounty Gate shade like 15 years later. And then he ends it with a hashtag let's ride. And that like, I was like, oh, never say let's ride again. Never say that.
You know what else is classless, Russell Wilson? When the crowd at Mile High had to count down the fucking game clock for you.
Yep. Yeah, that was embarrassing. But Sean Payton today did announce that it wasn't directed more towards Wilson. It was just more of like a praise for Jackson Dart, which
It wasn't.
I think he really was just saving face at that point.
It's easy to say that in hindsight.
Yes.
Well, no, I mean, I had to go find the context. And I had to listen really hard for what Russ was so mad at.
I couldn't find anything that he was mad at, that he could have been
And
mad
so,
at.
yes, I was kind of hoping we wouldn't have to start the young hot rookie. Is not shade at, I mean, it's a little shade at Wilson. Oh, we'd have better luck in Wilson. But of course we have better luck with Wilson because Wilson can't play at Mile High. He proved it for 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
We'd had no problem winning because we would have gotten safety after all his delay of games because he couldn't watch the game clock at Mile High. I mean, it's just, I agree with the fans that said, this is you trying to stay relevant. You are riding the bench.
Yep.
And, and again, it's the second time he's not played us when we have faced his team. And this is all I wanted. I wanted him to lead with a loss, and he left with a loss. And, and it's strange how wholesome he tries to be, that he pulled this out of his hat. So I know Peyton did not like the culture that Russ had.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know things were very strenuous when they were here, and they did not have a good relationship, and they did not get along, and he finally got benched. But Russ, other teams have benched you now too. Yeah,
it brings to the point, like, if Russell Wilson's getting upset about this, that about these whole comments, you really think about it, whose fault is it that you're not playing this game right now, that you're riding the bench? Whose fault is that? And technically, we're still paying you. So why are you getting mad at us? We're paying you for this season, and then we're done with you. So
he's soft. He's soft.
Yeah, I've had enough of him.
Yeah. So hopefully we don't have to hear him, and he can do his own thing after the season, whatever that may be. I think that comment may also prevent other teams, if they're like quarterback needy, they're not going to want him to play for them. Like, we're not playing.
Well, it comes off as a sore loser.
Yeah, exactly.
It really does. It comes off as bad sportsmanship. Peyton did not say anything like, oh my God, once I saw we weren't going to play Russ, I was worried about this game. He was, I don't want to play the hot shot rookie. No one wants to play the hot shot rookie.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's coach speak. Everyone says that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But, Russ got in his feelings, and then, the callback to Bounty Gate again, the Bounty Gate thing, if Goodell's letting the refs punish Sean Payton now, it's wrong.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I hate Roger Goodell. He has ruined my NFL. And if he continues to let this go on, I mean, it's just, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The last thing I want to bring up, and I know we've already talked about it, Dre Greenlaw. So, Derek, you're going to be lucky. You're not going to go up against Dre Greenlaw this week.
That was one thing I had noted on there. I was like, how is this going to impact the matchup with Greenlaw being out? So Yeah, I know we touched on it a little bit earlier, but yeah, I'm breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief here.
And the whole ordeal was really odd. Like Brad Allen, you mentioned, it's like, oh, what was it? So there's a meme that Kelly and I always share with the whenever the Sooners beat the Longhorns, and we have this picture of baby Bevo in a diaper that's crying with some fan that's putting the horns down sign, and he's crying, "That hurts my feelings." That's what I thought of when Brad Allen said what he did to get him suspended. Dre Greenlaw hurt my feelings. I want him suspended. So yeah, he's out for one game. It was like you got, and what Brad Allen did prior to Dre Greenlaw going over. Apparently he said like, "Oh, that defensive pass interference penalty was bullshit," and he was talking about that. No, I'm pretty sure Dre Greenlaw saw you shove Justin Sternad, and he got up into you, and then you're like, "Oh, throw flag," and I'm gonna go cry to the NFL union and whoever I report to and all this. So,
well, I saw the angle of the ref pushing Sternard.
Yeah, I did.
And I was leery at first because, you know, these players come at you fast and they're jumping up and they've got helmets in hands and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But you can catch Sternard's face, and Sternard doesn't think that it was just I need out.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So he heard Sternard and saw Sternard's face and then went to go defend him. And exactly why my Twitter name is I Live to Lead is because I stood 10 toes down with Talib, and he's a sorry ass player, and we have the same agent. When I see his ass in Atlanta, I'm going to beat his ass in Atlanta. Yep. And so I'm going to stand 10 toes down for Dre Greenlaw that something happened to his teammate, and he stood 10, you know, he went to go defend him. So y'all come after me, you know, I'm going to have to lose the I Love to Leave and become I Love Greenlaw. So that, you know, if it was just Brad Allen, because the first thing I saw, it sounded like Brad Allen was just running off the field and Greenlaw went and found him.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
And I
when
was
they were
like,
talking about it.
Yes, what hothead did we go fucking get?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is this? But then everyone's like, no, Brad Allen pushed a player. And I said, well, I mean, he pushed a padded football player. Okay. But then I saw, and you could see Sternard's face be like, dude, what the, you know? So it wasn't just I need out. There was something behind it, and Greenlaw picked up on it, and he went to go defend, you know, his teammate. So I've got no problem with Greenlaw. And, you know, he only played, 8 snaps, 12 snaps?
Yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he wasn't going to play a lot of snaps against the Cowboys anyway.
I'll take that.
So go get healthy. We'll see you against Houston.
Yeah. So, okay, so I'm going to mention this real quick before we talk about our game of the week. Because I was looking to who are the ref assignments for this week? Guess where Brad Allen is next week? Commanders at Chiefs. Imagine the calls are going to be played for the Chiefs.
Jeez.
In that regard.
They get enough calls as is.
Is what?
Yeah. Daniels is out.
Oh, is he out? Oh.
It'll be Mariota.
Freaking forfeit the game.
It's going to be an ugly one, yeah.
God.
Oh, boy. All right. With that said, we have our weekly game of the week. So any game besides our game that you think NFL fans should be paying attention to. And as our guest, Derek, was one game outside of our game that you think fans should be paying attention to.
That's a tough one because I think Packers and Steelers is going to be good.
I was like, we all have to pick the same one.
Right. Yeah. Like there's other matchups. Like I call me crazy, but like I am kind of looking forward to the Browns and Patriots. I think that'll be an interesting one.
Okay.
I know you guys are probably like, what's wrong with you? But Patriots are playing well. I think that'll be entertaining at the very least. And then you kind of have like a suck bowl between the Jets and the Bengals. That's entertaining for different reasons. But yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, against Green Bay, I think that's sign me up for that every single time. He could be 80 years old. Sign me up for it.
I actually picked something different. I picked Bills and Panthers for very interesting reasons. So the Panthers are 4-3 this season. However, they've won. They're undefeated at home, and it is in Carolina this week. And the Bills are reeling a little bit. I mean, as we mentioned right now, the Patriots. Never would I hear this post Tom Brady. The Patriots are leading that AFC East division, and the Bills are in second place right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Bills, this should be a winnable game for the Bills, but the fact that the Panthers are 4-3, I think they're only a game back of Tampa Bay for second place in the NFC South. So for a game where you expect the team that has had the most relevance be a little bit down right now, and the team that's been kind of bottom of the barrel for so long be a surprise right now. That's kind of why I picked this game.
Good pick.
And then Kelly, you said you picked Steelers and
Well, I picked the Packers Steelers, week 1. It's been 2012 days since the Pack drafted Love, and so Rodgers had a lot of time for that hate to grow. Plus, he gardens it with his stuff. Rodgers and Steelers are coming off a Thursday night game, so that means they've kind of had that mini bye.
yeah.
Meanwhile, the Pack flew to Arizona and then had a 5-hour delay coming back, and now they got to fly to Pittsburgh. So they are going to be not as tired as the Broncos to and from London, but a little tired. The Green Bay defense is struggling. They've given up 279. They gave up 279 yards against Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals. Yep.
Yeah. But the Steelers defense is no longer the Steel Curtain. They're giving up 30 plus points to the Jets, the Bengals, and the Seahawks. But as I said in week 1, this was the game to circle because if Rodgers wins, he will become the 5th quarterback to beat every NFL team. Mm-hmm. And the Steelers will be wearing their 1933 throwbacks where they look like prisoner bumblebees.
Yeah, I was going to say the bumblebee jerseys.
Yep. They'll both have yellow helmets too, from what I understand as well. So that'll be interesting.
Oh my goodness. Who designed that Charger all yellow atrocity?
Oh yeah, that was
this is the first season I've talked so much about uniforms because oh my goodness, whoever came up with the minion meme is absolutely right.
Or you could have called the Chargers that week the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, there you go.
But the Savannah Bananas are good at what they do.
That's true. That's very true.
It's fair.
Totally fair. All right. With that being said, we're going to transition now into our game. And speaking of throwbacks, the Broncos Derek, you'll be blessed to see the Broncos 1977 throwbacks on your television going up against your team.
I do love a good throwback jersey. I think Denver's got some good. I like it because it's got the big D on it. Just D for Derek, Who wouldn't like it?
I don't like that choice. I'm superstitious.
Oh, I thought you meant like you didn't like Derek's choice, what he said D for Derek. I thought, now I see what you're saying, that you didn't like that choice. Got it.
I don't. I like our throwbacks. See, again, I've never talked so much about uniforms and the NFL fashion as I have this season. I like our throwbacks. I like our 77 throwbacks.
But come on,
I
we're
don't like.
last year we went 2-0 in those throwbacks.
But in 1977, we lost the Super Bowl to the Dallas Cowboys in those uniforms. Why would you pick those uniforms again?
That's
Trying to write history. Trying to right the ship here.
Okay, I see your
This is
superstition.
exactly why I liked Elway's choice for Super Bowl 50. He said we wear white. Every time we wore an orange to the Super Bowl, we lost.
Yeah, that's true.
And every time I play Dallas, because Dallas has the same superstition about their blue jerseys, and they like to wear their white jerseys. Every single time I can make them wear those cursed blue jerseys, they're putting on those cursed blue jerseys.
I mean, yeah, they could have done the blue jersey since we were in orange, but I did hear that they are.
No, we could have picked white and made them wear their blues.
Oh, now I know what you're saying. Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I only see
I would
Dallas.
not pick the Thorax. We lost in to the team. We lost to them. I would make them wear their cursed jerseys.
That's fair.
I really need a conversation with our uniform people.
I think we just need to give you like extended like yeah, like an all access pass to anything Denver Broncos at this point.
Because I have an opinion, dang it. You should listen.
You have an opinion, yeah.
I want Sean's phone number to his headset. Sean, I know you're running a bubble screen. If I know, do you think the coaches know?
Most likely. So this will be the first time. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, who can hack into that for me? We got smart listeners. Figure that out for me.
I mean, the smart one listener that's watching right now.
Well, we got one listener watching, but we got smart people listening.
That's true. That's very true.
And I don't know that the person watching isn't that smart. They could be that smart. That could be the one person I need.
All right, one person that's watching. Are you smart enough to hack into the radio?
My goodness, people succeeded in a heist of jewelry from the Louvre this week. Come on, someone can get me into the headset.
That's true. Yep. Woo. So yes, this is the first of 3 that will wear these uniforms this season. We'll actually see these uniforms 2 weeks later on Thursday night against the Raiders, because Kelly always says,
"Fuck the Raiders."
Yep. And then then the Chargers actually get to see them for the first time when we play them again in week 18. So for those of you who lived under a rock and didn't know, yes, we get to wear them 3 times this year. This will be part of the 4 of the alternative uniforms we get to wear. Here's the stat that I feel like Kelly is going to think that is going to break at some points. And I think Derek knows this very well. Denver hasn't lost to Dallas since 1995. And I did actually hear yesterday the last time that the Cowboys beat the Broncos in Denver was 1993.
Yep. Not a stat that I'm a fan of. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't realize it had been that long, honestly.
I did, and that's why I said I think this is I said before the season started, I think this is a loss, because at some point this has got to be a loss. And I said this 4 years ago with Wilson as quarterback. I said that streak has got to come to an end.
Mm-hmm.
And then he balls out all of a sudden. I'm like, okay.
I think that was before Wilson came, because I think Bridgewater was our quarterback 4 years ago against Dallas.
That's even worse. That's even worse, because I know I had less hope in Bridgewater keeping that streak alive. So and we've broken every other streak. We've broken all the bad ones.
Yeah, we
And I just know that stat is going to be said 20 gazillion times and put up on the screen 20 gazillion times. And you all know that makes it stop.
Are we going to put it over?
As soon as they put a kicker on, he's made 20 in a row. He's going to miss that kick.
Mm. I think we should play a little game called Over Under and how many times they're going to call the fact that Dallas has not beaten Denver since 1995.
At least 7 times they'll bring that up.
All right, I'm going to write this down. 7. we'll set the over under at 7. So OU 7. Denver versus Dallas. All right. What are we going to expect from this game? Or what actually, what are we not going to expect? What do we hope for in this game is probably the better question.
Well, okay. I know what I hope for.
Yes.
So the Cowboys playing inside this year are 2-0-1, averaging 41.3 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys playing outside this year are 1-3, averaging 24.5 points per game. Their only win outside has been against the Jets, and their 3 losses have been to the Eagles, Bears, and the Panthers. So I'm hoping they continue not to be able to play outside because Mile High is outside. Mm-hmm. And even Jerry Jones doesn't have enough money in the world to put a dome on every stadium the week before he plays them.
Yeah, I foresee this game. I think it's going to be a shootout, just like it was back in, 2012? I think they last played.
Oh, 99 points of offense.
Yeah, Romo, Manning, just back and forth. Like that's how I see this going. Dallas's pass offense is great. If they can crack Denver's defense, that's the big if. I think they can. I'm not saying it's likely, but I can see it happening. Denver, too, is just going to chew through Dallas' secondary. Whether it's on the ground, whether it's through the air, I think they'll have a very successful day on offense. So if Dallas wants to keep up with that, they're going to have to find a way. And if they do, we're talking, 70, 80 points of offense spread across those two teams.
Yep.
So I was just going to repeat your stat you said earlier. The Cowboys defense is still giving up the most passing yards per game at 260.3 yards. They're giving up the third most rushing yards, 141.3, and they're third in most points per game with 29.4, which we all know that, Bo Nix can score in a quarter. And they struggle stopping the run. And somehow, and I don't know how, the Broncos are top 5 in average with 130 yards per game.
Run. Yeah.
That's even as much as Sean Payton abandons it, we are somehow still in the top 5.
Yep.
So this is going to go one of two ways. We have had 2 very crazy wins, and we are going to just continue riding the crazy wave.
Mm-hmm.
Or we're going to fall flat because the adrenaline's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope. I just hope Dallas' defense can get. I hope Dallas' defense can get some stops. that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. My big hope is that Riley Moss can handle George Pickens, because we all know that I almost said RS2. PS2 is going to handle what's his CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb. Oh my god, I blanked. That was my bad. So if Riley Moss doesn't get picked on by the refs, like, oh, there's a phantom pass interference, we're going to call it because he's I don't like saying it. He's a white cornerback. Blah, blah, blah. Like, Jesus.
Well, also, a lot of people criticize Riley Moss, and I think Riley Moss is doing a good job. Again, the most quoted not true stat is that a cornerback and a wide receiver, they're 50-50. They're gonna give up. Even the no-fly zone gave up catches. They gave up touchdowns. We weren't shutting teams out. Yeah. It's 50-50. And no one throws to Surtain. Mm-hmm. You throw to Surtain 4 times, so he gives up 2 catches. And, oh, look, you locked him down for 2 catches and 15 yards. Yes, because that's all you went to him. Riley Moss takes all the other throws.
Yes.
Or not all of them, because some are slants and some are screens and some are seam route. Don't come for me. Not all of them. But if he's getting 10 and gives up 5, that doesn't make him a worse cornerback. It doesn't mean he's not doing his job.
Yes.
Now, there are PIs flags that he's drawn that it was PI.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the phantom PIs are there too.
Absolutely. A stat actually came out that Riley Moss has allowed the lowest completion percentage at 39.1 of any NFL defensive back this season.
Exactly. So, yes, while it's frustrating when he gives up a big one or gives up a touchdown, what's more frustrating is when a dude has no one on him for 15 yards, Alex Singleton.
Yeah.
I tried to go the whole podcast without calling him out again, but that came back to me.
And I mean, we will probably be seeing Alex Singleton quite a bit with Dre Greenlaw suspension, so be prepared for that.
Yeah, I know.
So maybe what they can do is have Javonte Williams catch a pass like what Barkley did, and Alex Singleton was like 10 yards away from him. Like Singleton, Barkley's over there. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think overall, like I say this every week, I feel like as a Cowboys fan this season, I don't expect the wins anymore. Like, and I've never been one of those delusional Cowboys fans that's like, this is our year. Like, it's never like I've had years where I'm like, hey, this could be, they've got a pretty good team. But like, I know this team. I know that, and in my opinion, this team will never win a Super Bowl until Jerry Jones is gone.
I think that's what Kelly mentioned.
Yeah, the only way he's going to be gone too is when he croaks. That he will never relinquish any type of ownership to the Cowboys. And I literally looked it up because I'm just like, can the league step in and relinquish duties from him? Because I think that the Parsons trade was malpractice. But apparently the league can't do that. It needs more evidence or this or that. It's something needs to be ridiculous. He needs to say something just completely out of left field, racist, sexist, whatever it might be. So it's like, here's the hoping, but
basically you need a John Gruden moment to happen for it to happen.
Yeah. Or who was the Clippers GM? Was it Ballmer or something like that? Just made those ridiculous statements. And
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. They'd like step in and say, all right, buddy, get out of here. Yeah.
Hey, here's your pink slip. Goodbye.
Yeah, like hit the bricks, bud.
Yeah, so I think Kelly would agree that Jerry Jones isn't relinquishing that team until he kicks the bucket.
It's a shame.
No, and then the Jones family is going to keep it.
Right.
Yeah. Just stuck in purgatory for forever.
So,
is what it is.
He's reaching Al Davis-esque
status.
Yeah.
Status.
I told Ty I looked up ways for the league to step in and take control of the team from him, especially after that Parsons trade, because that's malpractice in my opinion. And I thought there'd be a way that the league could be like, yeah, you're old, you're senile, like get out of here. But apparently they need a little bit more than just, one guy thinking that.
Oh my goodness, the league has tried to get rid of Jerry a couple times.
Yeah, too many owners that he's in with that, it's the good old boys club. And that chaps my rear.
All right. With that said, so Kelly, you said you have this as a loss to start the season.
I do.
Are you keeping it that way?
Yes, I am. The last 2 times I changed my pick, we had these games, so I'm not changing it.
That's fair.
Come on, Leapy.
All right. And how are you feeling about it, Derek?
I'm not feeling great. Dallas historically doesn't play well against teams with good defenses. And I mean, you can say that about any team, but I just don't have faith in our offense being able to crack Denver's defense. And, I don't see it being like a blowout by any means. However, I see one of 2 outcomes. Either Dallas gets beat by at least 2 scores, or this is a shootout. I think the 2-score loss by Dallas is much more likely, but I'm crossing my fingers for a shootout because I could use some entertainment.
And you might want to shoot out because if y'all get too far ahead, Bo Nix is just going to unleash later.
Right.
Start slinging it.
So I will say something I forgot to mention is I did like Bo Nix after his second rushing touchdown going over and yapping at Russell Wilson. And I think maybe
I missed that.
I think that's what he's really mad about.
I need to see that clip because I did not see it. I would love to meme that if I could.
That's awesome.
They cut it. They didn't show. They showed him go over and start, that look that Bo gets, and then they cut away.
Oh, of course they did.
And so it's only on the follow-up where both Benny Fowler and Talib talked about it.
All right. I want to look it up. I'll have to look that up. Kelly, did I have this as a win to start the season?
Let me double check. That Talib has joined us.
Yes. We had Trevor join us, I think, last week.
Yeah, Trevor joined us last week. Talib has decided to get in on the action. Where are we?
It's week 8.
Giants, we both had those win. Cowboys, yes, I have a loss. You have a win.
Okay. All right. So I might surprise a little bit of you here. Probably not by the results, but I still am going to keep it as a win. I know history is meant to be broken. I just have a weird, not even a weird feeling, just a feeling that Denver's going to get it done somehow, some way. And Derek, you're looking for a shootout. I think it's going to be, both teams are going to score in the mid 20s.
Okay.
My final score I wrote down was Denver 24, Dallas 23.
Okay. That's close. That's a lot closer than I thought it would be.
I can kind of see it because of in a sense of where, but really thinking about it, I could definitely see this shootout happening. I think it's just going to be dependent upon Denver's defense and if Denver's offense can get off right away.
Well, that's my issue with thinking that it's going to be a shootout. Sean Payton doesn't let it become a shootout. Sean Payton doesn't let Bo start firing.
Yep.
And this is why I see why everyone's drawing the parallel between Elway and Reeves, because Reeves in the 80s was old school with run the rock. Mm-hmm. And Elway's like, now I want to take 7 steps backward and launch it 40, 50 yards across my body.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's very true.
Like, no.
Yeah.
And Reeves was like, no. And Elway's like, fine. And then in the fourth quarter, it's like, oh, we're losing. And he's like, can I do it my way now? And I see why people feel that way. I also see why people are Also, you know, I always say it was September 11th, 1983, when I fell in love with when I met my first true love, John Elway and the Denver Broncos. They were losing that game to the Colts 19-0 before the comeback was mounted.
Yep.
So I like all the Elway parallels, you know, and then the people that have cut Tebow's touchdown run against the Jets with Bo's last touchdown run, you know, and calling him Tebow Nicks is, you know, fun too. But as fun as Tebow season was, and I get it, it's not sustainable football.
Yeah. That's
and
true.
I don't want to be 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, 5-5, 5-6.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like this. I can't remember the last time we were 3 games above 500.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time that Denver had a lead at any point in the division at this point of the season.
As long as it's not the Chiefs.
I think we both know.
Yeah, we both know.
Since 2015.
Yeah.
It's like living in the Bay Area. Everything is post 1906 because you're looking at something. Oh, this was rebuilt in 1911 because of the earthquake and fire of 1906. So you know, our franchise is like that. Nothing's happened and nothing good has happened since 2015.
Yeah. And I have to agree with Derek. We have to keep winning, especially if we're going to try to keep Kansas City down.
Well, we beat all the NFC East teams this.
So far, I think we have this one, and then we have the Commanders in November.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we beat the Giants and we beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not at all.
Not bad at all. Not too shabby.
If we got to sweep a division, it might as well be the NFC East.
Yep. Can't go wrong with
there.
it. Before we do ends, this Friday, I just remembered this Friday does start the World Series. Kelly and I normally always do a little like World Series prediction before the World Series actually starts. So we have the Toronto Blue Jays against the Los Angeles Dodgers. So it's the Blue Jays' first World Series appearance since 1993. And I don't know that series all too well. I just know the team that they played. And yep, my Phillies heart was not happy about that. Knowing about that. And then the Dodgers are going to try to go for back-to-back championships. And so with that said, and I'll have a little bit of a fun fact after that, who are we picking in how many games? Because Derek, I know.
Dodgers.
Oh,
No.
sorry, go to Kelly.
Go ahead.
I was going to
What do
say,
you
because
know
I
about
know, because, wait, no. Yeah, Derek is a Orioles fan, so he knows all about the Blue Jays.
Yep, and I'm taking the Dodgers in 6, and I don't like it, but they're too good. They bought that lineup, and it's damn good. So, Dodgers repeat. Everybody else outside of LA is going to be furious, and the people that just started watching baseball last year are going to be happy.
All right. All right, Kelly, what say you?
I was going to say Dodgers in 6.
Okay. Oh, let me think. I'm thinking. You're probably not gonna like this whole lot, Derek. I'm not. I understand the whole buying of championship things, but I kind of want to see a long streak broken. Like someone who hasn't won in a while wins it. And
Well, we all want to see that. That's just not what happens.
Well, I'm willing this to happen. I'm going to say
You're willing it to happen. Okay.
I'm gonna will this to happen, and I think the Blue Jays have home field advantage, if I'm not mistaken, for this series. I need to double check. If they do, then that's what's going to help me figure out in how many games. Basically, I think it is the Blue Jays have the Blue Jays do have home field advantage. So with that said, I am going to say Blue Jays in 7.
All right. I like it.
A little fun. What do they call it? Entertainment stat, I guess, in a sense. Kelly, have you ever seen the movie Big Daddy with Adam Sandler?
Yes.
So this is the first time that the Blue Jays have made a World Series, and the whole story was that I wish I could remember. Kevin ended up with a Hooters waitress when Joe Carter hit the championship clinching home run, and our good friend Julian Frankenstein was born. And so I told Derek, like, if the Blue Jays win the World Series, they need to make a Big Daddy too.
Okay.
Second kid shows up at Adam Sandler's door.
Yes.
But not again.
And Julian's all grown up.
Right? He shows up at Julian's door. That'd be funny.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
That would probably be better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that would be a lot better. So I'm rooting for the Blue Jays just in hope that we get Big Daddy too. But and also it would be nice to see a Canadian team win a championship outside of like Olympics, basically. Because I don't think Canadian team has won any championship since the Raptors did in 2019.
I can't get behind that. Being a hockey guy, I love watching Canadian teams lose.
That's fair.
It's like, oh, that sport that you invented? Yeah, we're better at it.
Because
I did like it when we went and beat the world at cricket. With some guys that work in the office.
Woo!
What? Like this is hard?
Oh my!
We calling it Eagle now. Thank you.
Oh boy.
So I don't know. I mean, you know how I feel. Some teams have won enough.
Yeah.
I feel like the Dodgers are one of them, but what I want to happen and what I think will happen aren't always the same thing. So sure, if the Blue Jays win, great, fine, whatever. But I think it'll be the Dodgers in 6.
Which is totally fair. I totally get that. I'm picking the Blue Jays without the wholest amount of confidence because of what the Dodgers have been capable of, and especially what they did to the Phillies. But besides the point.
Well, the Dodgers are becoming awfully close to being a evil empire
2.0.
2. Yeah.
2. Yeah. I could see that.
Because, that's why the Yankees are called the evil empire. They went and they bought their championships. So it's fine. You're allowed to do it in baseball. If I own a team and I have money like that, yep.
Yeah, and I think
I'd write those big checks.
Right. I think I shared something about like if the Dodgers win the World Series, it could be bad for baseball because the whole salary cap thing that could potentially happen, or I think it was like a lockout like that.
I think it would be a good thing for baseball, as long as they do it in 2 points. If there's a salary cap, there's a salary floor.
Yep, that's what you mentioned.
The NHL's got it, and I mean there's much more good that can come from it. But like they have a lot of teams that linger around the floor, and they literally bring on injured players that they can then stash on IR so that they're not responsible. It doesn't count against the cap. There's ways to circumnavigate it, I guess is the best way to put it, no matter what. Do that, and then put like a soft cap. Or they don't have a cap at all.
They have a soft cap. They just have to pay a fine if they go over the cap. It's like the NBA and their luxury tax. Yeah. It's just called a fine in
Right.
MLB, which again, if I'm writing $20 million checks for a pitcher, I'll write another $2 million to the league. Okay.
Right.
I'm really paying $22 million. What's the deal at that point? But
Right.
it would help some of those teams that don't spend any money or invest any money into their teams
Mhm.
and make
It would
them
force
leave
them.
their home.
Yeah.
Put some money into it and not give away all the good players so that you can be competitors, so that smaller
Right.
markets can get some views.
Yeah. It creates more parity in the league, and I'm all for that.
Absolutely.
So, and that's why the NFL has a salary cap, is for parity.
Yep.
Although I do like the running joke that if someone went into a coma 3 years ago and woke up as an NFL fan, they'd be confused. But if an NFL fan went into a coma 10 years ago and woke up, they'd be like, yep, business is normal.
Very true.
Patriots, Broncos, Pittsburgh on top, of course. What you talking? That's how it
Yep.
always is.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
So
Uh,
I don't know how much it really works for parity, but I mean, yeah, it's something in baseball has to change. But I don't think a salary cap without a salary floor works for baseball.
yeah. Very much so. All right. With that said, anything else we have for the week?
I don't think
Kelly?
so.
All right.
No.
And on that note, Derek, we thank you very much for joining us. I think almost 4 years to the date of your first appearance. And we were very appreciative that you could come in and chat Broncos, Cowboys, NFL, even some baseball with us. So it's great to see you as always, my friend.
Thank you guys again for having me. It's always a blast. Gives me a reason to stay up late too, which is fun.
And
Go
on
find
that,
those books for your boy.
yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
For those that didn't listen 4 years ago, where can our listeners or viewers find you in case they want to get any more of your content, or if there's anything new that you're working on?
Sure. So now kind of, I don't want to call it defunct, but I used to run a podcast, Pod Street Bullies, covering Flyers hockey. We've since kind of ceased doing that. A lot of us just became busy with, life, kids, jobs, everything. But I'm on X at Pod Street Bob still. I think it's changed since then. It's been 4 years, so it probably has, but I'm on there occasionally just sharing some thoughts and mindlessly scrolling most of the time. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Perfect. All right, Kelly, ready to close this out?
I am. As always, or for right now, unless I have to defend Greenlaw, you can find me at I Love to Lead.
You can find me at TieFlyGuy15.
You can find us both at the same time.
At in_com_plete_2.
Because there's two of us. And that is both on Twitter and Instagram.
Yep.
All those DMs are open for song requests, challenge flags, topic requests, guest requests, any questions, comments, and concerns. Our two requests are that if you want to disagree, that's fine. Just please do so respectfully. And please keep all your clothes on. If sliding into someone's DM is not for you, you can email us at
in_com_plete@outlook.com. And we are live on YouTube now, every Wednesday night at 9:15 my time and Derek's time. 8:15 Central Time. Sorry, I didn't forget about you Central folks. 7:15 Mountain Time, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you are from. And most importantly, 6:15 Kelly time.
That's me.
But you can always leave your comments and everything on the podcast, and we'll answer them as best we can. However, I understand that around this time is a little late for everybody. if that is the case, we still do the audio podcast, which usually comes out within 24 hours at best after every episode. And that you can always find on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, basically wherever it is you listen to your podcast. All I ask is that you take a listen, you leave a review, give how many stars you want, because I've come to the conclusion that we are not everyone's cup of tea. Kelly is, in fact, though.
A shot of whiskey.
Yep. So yeah. Oh, because if you don't tell us we love doing this, but if you don't tell us what you would like to hear or any changes that we could make, because we do love doing this, we assume that what we're doing is fine. However, you don't tell us what you want, there's nothing we can do about it. So let us know. And on that note, and until next time,
Go Broncos.